for a self-reliant, unstoppable India from the ramparts of Red Fort as India celebrates its 79th Independence Day. Big message from the Prime Minister as he declares India will not distinguish between terrorists and those who support them. This is the new doctrine of security for India as the nuclear blackmail by Pakistan has ended. Rare military honor accorded to 7 top officers for Operation Sindoor, 9 Veer Chakra for IAF pilots. 1 lakh crore rupees for the youth. Chips made in India, GST gift on Diwali and supporting Nari Shakti. Prime Minister Modi announces bonanza of welfare schemes on Independence Day as he lays out the blueprint for a developed India in the next 2 decades. Viewers, they say fortune favors the bold, and at 79, India is charging full steam ahead. Tonight, we bring you a special edition that captures a nation that's firing on all cylinders, breaking new ground, rewriting old rules, and racing towards the future. We start with the high table of diplomacy, where India's voice grows louder, its influence sharper. Next, defense and technology, the twin engines that are set to drive innovation for India. Be it semiconductor breakthroughs or strategic might. This is where India is going to see its most defining decade. And finally, a glimpse into the cosmos. India's bold steps beyond Earth, reaching for the stars. And right at the heart of this transformation is Prime Minister Modi's bold blueprint, the Power 10, the 10 game-changing moves that will shape India's economy, technology, jobs, and reforms for decades to come. Let's first play out Prime Minister Modi and what he said today.
विकसित भारत बनाने के लिए न हम रुकेंगे न हम झुकेंगे। मिशन मोड में सेमीकंडक्टर के काम को आगे बढ़ाएं। हम नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म्स लेकर के आ रहे हैं। मेरे देश के युवाओं के लिए 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए की योजना हम चालू कर रहे हैं। बढ़ती इकोनॉमी की लाभार्थी हमारी नारी है, लेकिन बढ़ती इकोनॉमी को गति देने में भी हमारी नारी का बहुत बड़ा योगदान भी। विकसित भारत का आधार भी है आत्मनिर्भर भारत।
You heard what the Prime Minister said. Big reforms, massive jobs push, 1 lakh crore for the youth, chips made in India, jobs for Indians, and a bold call, build here, grow here. Prime Minister Modi early this morning, in fact, in a daring address from the ramparts of the Red Fort, laid out the blueprint for a self-reliant and, may I say, unstoppable India. And let's get you those powerful signals, the roadmap that's lighting the way forward for a new India, the Power 10, as we call it. First and foremost, reform task force for a $10 trillion Bharat. How do we get there? It's the reform push that will get us, whether it is in terms of contentious issues related to land, labor, or others, even capital. The time is now, and Prime Minister is talking about just that. Next up, 1 lakh crore rupee PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. India has a huge demographic dividend, and that requires jobs to be given for the youth, and this scheme is going to address just that. Remember, India is also a consumption economy. It's when people have jobs, they consume more, and that's when the cycle of economy kicks up even more. India's first semiconductor chip, that's the third point in our Power 10. It's the most important, viewers, the launch that will happen this year. Semiconductor is a story, is a buzz that we probably missed about several decades back, but we are catching up, we are racing ahead, and once we start having our own chips, our huge reliance on those imports from other parts of the world will in fact free us from those responsibilities, those liabilities. Next up, nuclear energy capacity to grow tenfold in the next 2 decades. By 2047, Now, something that many have been saying, our dependence on fossil fuel is something that impacts every aspect of our decision making. Crucial aspects get impacted. When nuclear energy capacity increases tenfold, some of those constraints completely go away. Next up, GST reforms coming this Diwali. This could actually be a huge game changer. If from 4 slabs it comes down to just 2, things will become cheaper and compliance burden will go away. Next up, India to build its own space station by 2035. We've got a seat at the high table in the space economy. We are going to matter. Next, energy independence. I spoke about this. This is key for us to be able to come on our own in terms of being one of the key members as far as those on the high table who matter. Critical minerals mission that will power Atmanirbhar Bharat. And last up, the high power demography mission that is extremely important. Remember, it's not just economic, but socio-economic factors that are so crucial that need to be kept in mind. Now, as we talk about this, let's also now tell you the fact that 78 years ago, India woke up to life and freedom. Tonight, it wakes to a new frontier. Talk about code to combat. This isn't the India the world once knew. This is a nation that's reloading its future, a nation on the global diplomatic high table. This report tells you why the world cannot ignore India and why every decision the world takes, India is needed in it.
2025 saw India take strides on the global stage. An era of bold and assertive diplomacy, its voice not a whisper, but a call of power and purpose. Amid growing tussle with the United States, marked by soaring tariffs and diplomatic friction, New Delhi has refused to back down, strengthening strategic ties with Russia while boldly rebuilding the trust deficit with China. PM Modi's pivotal visit to China for the SCO summit signals this thaw. After the devastating Pahalgam attack, India hit back at Pakistan with a firm response. Operation Sindoor. Despite US President Trump's baseless claims of brokering a truce deal, India made it clear it was the two countries who agreed to cease fire, reclaiming the narrative, showcasing resolve, restraint, and global responsibility. India's global campaign against terrorism struck a major diplomatic victory with the US designated the Resistance Front, the group behind the Pahalgam attack, as a foreign terrorist organization. At the UN, a Security Council report named TRF as the executor linked to Lashkar-e-Toiba, reinforcing India's position at the heart of the world's anti-terror fight. In its mission of power through partnerships, India is deepening ties with crucial allies from the BRICS to Maldives, Mauritius, and more. As part of its Act East policy, unveiling Mahasagar, a vision for safe and secure Indo-Pacific, India is commanding the seas, holding major joint naval drills with African nations and Australia. From partnerships to its fight against terror, 2025 marks India's ascent as a decisive global player. Diplomacy not just in talk, but in power, purpose, and prestige.
Gurcharan Das, economist and Indian author, joins us on the broadcast. Mr. Das, thank you so much for speaking to me on India Ascents. And let me start by asking you, there's a mega reform push blueprint that has been set out. How significant is that, and what would be that one top reform that you would want?
Well, I think this is inspiring. A lot of it is music to our ears, and what the Prime Minister said. But Independence Day today is a good time to remember that in 1947, we got a lot of freedoms, but we did not get our economic freedom. And the reforms that Mr. Modi talked about today are based on a freedom that we got 44 years later in 1991. In the first 40 years, we were a command economy, and we sacrificed 2 generations of our country, young people, jobs for our country. And we did not make a dent on poverty. despite the fact that we said the whole project of command economy was Garibi Hatao.
Right.
But after 1991, we have grown at double the rate of what we did in the previous 40 years. After 1991, we have lifted 450 million people out of poverty. The middle class has grown from 10% to 30%. Absolute poverty has come down to less than 5%, according to the latest World Bank report.
Yes.
And so what I'm saying today, I'm coming to right now to answer your question. What I'm saying today that today we may be the fastest growing economy in the world, but we have not created enough jobs.
Okay.
And the Prime Minister alluded to that. And so 45% of our people are still working on the farm. And that is double of what the agriculture needs.
No, but when he speaks about manufacturing, when he speaks about the fact that make products that are world competitive at cheap rates, he talks about semiconductors, defense manufacturing, yes. All that does add up to the jobs puzzle, doesn't it?
Exactly. So what I was trying to get at was that we have not so far created an industrial revolution. And that is essential in order to achieve the Viksit Bharat goal. And therefore, this means that manufacturing will have to, today, less than 11% of the people are employed in manufacturing. It will have to be more than double. And all the things that the Prime Minister laid out are precisely the reform steps that we need to do so. And even in technology, it is critical. You know, Indian companies are criticized for not spending enough on R&D. But why? Because we've been a closed economy. We have to bring down our protection. We have to bring down our tariff rates. In this sense, Mr. Trump is our best friend because he's making us do what is good actually for us.
Okay.
So, but I would say, just to add to what the points that Prime Minister made this morning, that more than even the economic reforms, we need to have governance reforms. We need to reform the bureaucracy the way China reformed its bureaucracy. China made its bureaucracy, lower bureaucracy especially, accountable.
Okay.
And it gave, the lowest Chinese bureaucrat worked for the economy. And so China has got a lot better ease of doing business. Mm-hmm. Judicial reforms. You know, we are second to last in the world in the enforcement of contracts. How much time it takes.
That could be a separate discussion altogether, sir. And I take all your points. But ending on that hopeful note, that the manufacturing push, the industrial revolution, so to say, has potentially been unleashed today. Thank you so much, Mr. Das, for taking out the time and speaking to me on India Sense. Well, viewers, from the historic ramparts of the Red Fort, Prime Minister Modi delivered a thunderous address today. And the message was clear, which was that India will strike back, strike first, condemning the brutal Pahalgam massacre, where innocent lives were lost after being asked their religion. The Prime Minister confirmed what the world said, that Operation Sindoor is something that caused massive losses to Pakistan. Also that it isn't over as yet. In his fiercest warning, the Prime Minister declared India will not distinguish between terrorists and those who support them. Nuclear blackmail ends now. For long, Pakistan has just said that. But that ends now. Listen in.
वो मानवता के समान दुश्मन है, उनके बीच कोई फर्क नहीं है। अब भारत ने तय कर लिया है कि न्यूक्लियर की धमकियों को अब हम सहने वाले नहीं हैं। न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल लंबे अरसे से चलाया, अब वो ब्लैकमेल नहीं सहा जाएगा।
The reason why national security is now so important and an equally important pillar on which India's ascent will ride. Prime Minister Modi announced a new indigenous defense system, Sudarshan Chakra, signaling India's leap in military self-reliance. By 2035, we will have its own high-tech Iron Dome, ready to protect every sacred inch of India, spanning its city centers, temples, borders.
देश सुदर्शन चक्र मिशन लॉन्च करेगा। एक पावरफुल वेपन सिस्टम दुश्मन के हमले को न्यूट्रलाइज तो करेगा ही करेगा, लेकिन कई गुना ज्यादा दुश्मन पर हिट बैक करेगा।
India is bold, India is ready, and India will not be provoked, but it will prevail if need be. That was the message loud and clear. So viewers, while today we celebrate and dance in complete unity and celebrate our Independence Day, remember India's defense, development and determination are moving in rhythm too. Now, be it the labs of Bengaluru or the launch pads of Sriharikota, India is redefining its future, whether it's in chips, whether it's in missiles, whether it's in moonshots. This isn't the India of old. At 79, a bold new force has emerged, not just a player, but a leader. And where will it lead the most? Technology, with its many facets that will make India the superpower. Take a look at this report that tells you more. From a struggling post-colonial economy to a formidable tech and defense force, standing toe-to-toe with the world's biggest players, India has come far. In technology, the transformation is staggering. India now leads in cutting-edge AI adoption and last year became the first country in history to land near the moon's south pole. Bengaluru and Hyderabad aren't just cities, they are now launch pads for global innovation. Home to R&D centers of tech giants such as Apple and Samsung. In semiconductors, a domain once seen as the exclusive turf of advanced economies, India has broken through. Micron's multi-billion-dollar facility in Gujarat, Tata's chip assembly plants, and a national mission to produce next-gen chips domestically are setting the stage for India to become the world's next fab hub. Already, Indian chip design engineers power 20% of the world's semiconductor workforce. In defense, India is no longer just a buyer, it's now a builder. The indigenous aircraft carrier INS Vikrant, the Tejas light combat aircraft Agni 5 ICBM, these are not just symbols, they are strategic game changers. In 2023, India surpassed France and Germany to become the world's fourth largest defense spender. From launching its first satellite aboard a borrowed rocket to designing nuclear-capable missiles that can strike targets over 5,000 kilometers away. From importing every microchip to now preparing to manufacture for the world. India's trajectory is clear, upwards and unapologetically ambitious. 78 years on, India is not just catching up, it's now leaping ahead. The question now is, the world ready for an India that doesn't just participate, but leads. Well, viewers, as we wrap things up on this very special edition of India Ascends, where every week we tell you more and more stories that tell about India's superstar hood and superpowerhood, we leave you with these breathtaking visuals of flag hoisting visuals across the world, from Melbourne to Manila, from Germany to Switzerland.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
गोल्ड प्लस ऑप्टिमिस्टिक रिफ्लेक्टिव ग्लास लगाओ, धूप की गर्मी को दूर भगाओ और बिजली का बिल भी बचाओ।
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
Pulling us
Other
into this
opposition
country.
parties.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. Stop. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
NDTV 24/7 is India's #1 English news channel on YouTube. Credible, compelling, always ahead of the curve. Thank you for choosing NDTV 24/7 as your trusted source for news.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India, it matters to India, and it matters to me, and it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivaru, only on NDTV 24/7.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves and Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash.
Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players, and this is going to be the ultimate test.
मेरे हम सफर एक जरा इंतजार सुन सदाएं दे रही है मंजिल प्यार की जय जवान जय हिंद
And you know, that's why it's being said that after Kaho Na Pyar Hai, this is the film that has got 2 superstar debutants who are becoming superstars. But what was this faith that you had on these two that you know that shows on screen?
You know, you don't plan to make a blockbuster. You plan to make a good film. And that's what I think they never let me, they didn't put that pressure on me to live up to. They never gave me a number that we have to hit or
or a so-called figure that I have to open to. There was all these trappings were just not there, which normally producers do end up putting that pressure. Then you make wrong things. Then you add a song for a shadi song, add a Punjabi song. All these trappings were not there in this film. They were like, just go there and make your film. Do this script. We love this script and make it honestly. And I think the minute that happened, a filmmaker I could just spread my wings and just go out, not worrying about a few. I think when you do that, you get a little more fearless, and then that's what got picked up by people. So I cast appropriate for the film. I didn't cast thinking. I cast what felt right.
You were saying that you are going to say no to him.
Yeah. But that's his fault. Huh? He was now that we can talk about the film, Krish Kapoor cannot be a timid, sweet boy.
Yes,
sir, how are you, sir?
Last time we spoke.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this guy? He was a sweet boy. And then by the end of the night, I could see the boisterous self, and I could see the Krish Kapoor who could stand on top and say, don't forget this name, it's Krish Kapoor. So I think.
Hello and welcome to the Southern View. I'm Veera Raghav, and a very, very happy Independence Day to all of you out there. Special focus this evening on the key takeaways from the Prime Minister's Independence Day address. First, the headlines we're tracking this hour. The massive rescue and relief effort still on in Jammu and Kashmir's Kishtwar district, where the massive cloudburst has claimed 60. Several more are missing. Down south, MK Stalin hits out at the Centre for Eroding State Powers in his Independence Day speech, boycotts the governor's reception. Siddaramaiah hails his guarantee schemes for boosting the state's economy. Actor Shweta Menon becomes the first woman head of the Association of Malayalam Movie Artists, AMMA. This just months after the sexual harassment allegation scandal had rocked Kerala cinema. First up this evening, it's a landmark moment as far as Kerala cinema is concerned. AMMA, or the Association of Malayalam Movie Artists, gets its first woman president, Shweta Menon. She has been appointed Kerala's AMMA's president there in Malayalam cinema. It's a very important moment, considering that this comes in the backdrop of that sexual harassment allegations and scandal and the Hema Committee report that had led to severe embarrassment for Malayalam film industry, which is known for its progressive movies. This move and this appointment and the election of Shweta Menon is something that could reiterate the power of women and the empowerment for women in Malayalam cinema.
I'm just waiting for the first meeting to happen. I don't have an agenda. I do have my personal plan, but I need to discuss this because this is a very serious matter. It's like a big, though it is 506 people. For me, it's a very big family, and I need to keep everyone together. I will try to do that. As a woman, I feel we are multitaskers, and to do this, I think it's not going to be that difficult. I hope, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I should be able to do something really good, and looking forward but it's going to be a baby step. Please don't expect miracles, but we will be doing something for a change, yes.
Well, it's an important moment for Kerala cinema, coming as it is on Independence Day. But now our focus this evening on the highlights and politics around the 103 minutes Independence Day speech by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which broke his own 98 minutes record for the longest Independence Day speech that he set last year. On the 79th Independence Day, from the ramparts of the Red Fort, the Prime Minister touched upon a range of issues with a special emphasis on Atmanirbharta, or self-reliance from an economic standpoint and defense standpoint. He also announced reforms in GST by Diwali and also hailed the success of Operation Sindoor. The political flashpoint, though, was his reference to the RSS and changing demographics in India. But let's first listen in to the highlights from the Prime Minister's speech before we get to the reactions.
इस दिवाली में आपकी डबल दिवाली का काम मैं करने वाला हूं। इस दिवाली में आपको एक बहुत बड़ा तोहफा देशवासियों को मिलने वाला है। पिछले 8 साल से हमने जीएसटी का बहुत बड़ा रिफॉर्म किया। पूरे देश में टैक्स के बर्डन को कम किया, टैक्स की व्यवस्थाओं को सरल किया और 8 साल के बाद समय की मांग है कि हम एक बार उसको रिव्यू करें। हमने एक हाई पावर कमेटी को बिठा करके रिव्यू शुरू किया, राज्यों से भी विचार विमर्श किया और मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, हम नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म्स लेकर के आ रहे हैं। ये दिवाली के अंदर आपके लिए तोहफा बन जाएंगे। सामान्य मानवीय की जरूरतों के टैक्स भारी मात्रा में कम कर दिए जाएंगे। बहुत बड़ी सुविधा बढ़ेगी। हमारे एमएसएमई, हमारे लघु उद्यमी, इनको बहुत बड़ा लाभ मिलेगा। रोजमर्रा की चीजें बहुत सस्ती हो जाएगी और उससे इकोनॉमी को भी एक नया बल मिलने वाला है। विश्व बाजार में अपने सामर्थ्य का लोहा मनवाना है तो हमें क्वालिटी में निरंतर नई ऊंचाइयों को पार करना। दुनिया क्वालिटी को स्वीकार करती है, हमारी गुणवत्ता सबसे ज्यादा हो और सरकार के भी प्रयास हो, रॉ मटेरियल की भी उपलब्धि हो, हमारी प्रोडक्शन की कॉस्ट कैसे कम हो, हम उसमें दम रह रहे। और साथियों, हम सभी जो उत्पादन के क्षेत्र में लगे हैं उन सबका मंत्र होना चाहिए, दाम कम लेकिन दम ज्यादा। हमारी हर प्रोडक्ट का दम ज्यादा हो लेकिन दाम कम हो। इस भाव को लेकर के हमें आगे बढ़ना है। हम सब जानते हैं, आजादी के बाद कोटि कोटि जनों के पेट भरना बड़ी चुनौती थी, लेकिन यही मेरे देश के किसान हैं जिन्होंने खून पसीना एक करके देश के अन्न के भंडार भर दिए। अनाज के संबंध में देश को आत्मनिर्भर बना दिया। एक राष्ट्र के लिए आत्मसम्मान की सबसे बड़ी कसौटी आज भी उसकी आत्मनिर्भरता है। और मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, विकसित भारत का आधार भी है आत्मनिर्भर भारत। जो दूसरों पर ज्यादा निर्भर रहता है उसकी आजादी पर उतना ही बड़ा प्रश्न चिन्ह लग जाता है और दुर्भाग्य तो तब बन जाता है जब निर्भरता की आदत लग जाए। आत्मनिर्भरता का नाता हमारे सामर्थ्य से जुड़ा हुआ और जब आत्मनिर्भरता खत्म होने लगती है तो सामर्थ्य भी निरंतर क्षीण होता जाता है। और इसलिए हमारे सामर्थ्य को बचाए रखने, बनाए रखने और बढ़ाए रखने के लिए आत्मनिर्भर होना बहुत अनिवार्य है। आज से 100 साल पहले एक संगठन का जन्म हुआ, राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ। 100 साल की